Hello everyone and welcome back to my classic challenge. So I just want to start off by apologising by the audio quality of the last video, if any of you actually watched it. Unfortunately the sound of the tractors were drowning out my voice. I'd previously been playing with some settings because I'd bought a new microphone. Basically what it is, I have a Rode NT, and when I'm playing farming sim it's a little bit cumbersome, so I tried to change it so that I could use a headset microphone. So I was messing about with my settings, and when I switched back to my Rode, it didn't I forgot to change the settings back, so unfortunately the sound of the tractor was a bit drowned me out a little bit too much. I did try to clean it up as much as I can, but unfortunately it wasn't as good as it could have been. So anyway, moving on now. Hopefully you can hear me over the sound of the tractors now. I've done a few tests and it does seem to be a lot better than it was. So basically the plan for today, I want to get our fields fertilised. It is the same game day as it was in the previous episode. Nothing has changed. So what we're going to do, we're going to head up to the shop. We're going to go and buy a new fertilizer spreader, and we're also going to obviously fill it with fertilizer. Now my only concern is, obviously when it comes to harvest, we don't have a trailer and we need one. Otherwise we're not going to be able to harvest the crops properly, and we're going to end up kind of stuck because we're going to have the crops in the combine with nowhere to put them. So first job, we need to buy the trailer. So we're going to go up to the shop, buy the trailer and bring it back, and then we'll then get the fertilizer and the spreader with whatever money we've got left. I'm just hoping that we have enough money to do that. Sorry, I lost my train of thought then. Hopefully we'll have enough money left to buy the fertilizer and the spreader, and then after that it is literally just a waiting game for the crops to grow. Now we do have another field to plough up and seed, and then that job pretty much done really. There'll be no more ploughing to do in this game year, so it will just be a case of waiting for the crops to grow, and then in autumn we'll have some crops to actually harvest. Now I've been having to think about, obviously between us planting this lot of crops and harvesting them in the autumn, because of the limited equipment we've got, we're not going to have an awful lot to do. So I was thinking about it, and what I think we might do, because obviously it's still a challenge and we're still going to have to work for it and all that kind of thing, is we'll probably pick up a few contracts in between obviously the planting and the harvest. But the way I'm going to do it is we are not allowed to use the equipment that is provided for those contracts. We have to use our own. Sorry if it was a bit loud there. It's oh, don't know what happened there. My screen has cut out. Okay. That was a bit weird. Not sure what happened there. We seem to have lost the tractor. That is very strange. Yeah. Bear with me. I'll see if I can fix this. Okay, so I've had a little look, and it appears that the tractor has fell off the map completely. It's completely disappeared. So what I will show you just to prove it. So currently looking at my position, that is where the Fordson tractor is. The only vehicle that is on there, and there is no other vehicles on the map. I only have tractors selected. There is no other vehicles. It has completely disappeared. So it appears that there may be a glitch in this area of the map, and my tractor seems to have fell through the map. So if we go into the garage, the tractor is still there, but unfortunately it's completely disappeared off the map itself. So I have a feeling what we're going to have to do is sell this and then buy the tractor back, and I will add in the difference. I will do it all on camera, so that you guys can see that I'm not cheating or anything like that, because this is a challenge and I want to make sure that everything is kosher and everything is working correctly, because I don't want to be obviously mucking anything up. So we're going to get 2,100. 1 second. We're going to get 2,158 for the tractor as it is, and then obviously we're going to have to buy the other one. So just sell that. And a new one, which I'm a bit concerned about that glitch. That is a little bit unfortunate. So we've got 2,158 for it. I had it set with a weight. I had it set with the foot pads. Yeah, the pickup and hitch, decals, no front loader, and the wheels are standard. So that's 2,700. So a bit of difference there. So we need, let's call it 600. We need to add in. So we'll buy that again, and then I am going to add £600 back in. Just to recover the costs of that tractor. That was very unfortunate. I'm not sure what happened there. So, yeah. For any of you guys that are thinking of playing this map, there seems to be a little bit of a glitch in that section of the map on the road. Anyway, let's continue. So, we need a trailer. So the one I'm thinking of going with is either this one or this one. Now, that is smaller, but it is a lot cheaper. I think we can up. Can we up the capacity? No. So we can only do 3,000 litres on that one. And this one is 4,500 litres. I think we'll go with the Ferguson one. I think it matches the tractor then as well. So we'll buy that. That's going to cost us a bit less then. Yeah, that was a bit unfortunate, that. Wasn't anticipating my tractor disappearing under the map. There we go. So we now have a trailer. We also need to get the fertilizer spreader, but I will come back for that. Hopefully it doesn't disappear under the map again as we're driving back. I'm not sure exactly where it happened, but that was a little bit weird. That was very strange. As if there were just sort of like a hole in the floor and it just disappeared into it. Never experienced anything like that on Farming Sim before. Definitely a first for me. But anyway, I'm just going to pause the video for a second while I get back, because obviously this tractor is a little slow, and I'll be back with you in a few moments. So we're pretty much back at the farm now. We're not too far away, just coming down the track. But what I was saying before we disappeared off the map is, yeah, we'll do some contracts, but we'll have to use the equipment that we have. So obviously we won't be doing anything like potatoes or anything like that. We'll be keeping away from all that kind of thing. It is literally going to be, you know, ploughing, seeding, all that kind of thing, maybe harvesting when the time comes, if we run out of jobs to do. I'm hoping we don't, but obviously it'll be a way for us to build our money as well. It's a legit way of building it, obviously going working for other farmers, as well as working on our own farm. You know, I would do some forestry, but with no trees on the land that we own, we could plant some. That is an option. We could always plant a few trees. That is something we could do. One thing that I am a little bit disappointed about, I'm sure, I can't remember if it was FS15 or 17, there used to be a mod for a wood cutting axe in place of a chainsaw, and I was looking for it for this series so that we could do some tree work, because obviously I know chainsaws have been around for a while, but there is no mods for chainsaws. But like I said, there used to be this mod for a wood cutting axe, and it was a really good mod. And I was looking for it, but it doesn't seem like anybody's ported it over or brought it to FS19, which is a shame, because I would have liked to have used it for this series. It would have been nice. Right, anyway, we're going to go and get the... Oh, should have lowered that first. We're going to go and get the fertilizer spreader now, but I'm going to take the Fordson, because the Fordson is a bit quicker than the Ferguson. You can do 18 mile an hour rather than 12. I do like this tractor though. It's a very good mod. I'm very impressed with it. There is a couple of other ones that I've been looking at for keeping the classic theme, so if we did want a few more tractors on the farm, you know, using a few different types. There is some others, but they're not British models. They're not models that you'd see in the UK. You may see them. I'd have to do a bit more research to find out for sure, but there's some German brands and maybe some Polish brands as well. And they're very, very nice mods, very nice tractors. They are definitely something that we could look at using in the series if, you know, not too bothered about keeping it British themed. Obviously, I do want to try and keep it as close as possible, like I said before, but if not, then, you know, I am willing to use classic or vintage tractors from other countries. I'm not opposed to doing that. Okay, so Fertilizer Technology. So, like I said, I've struggled finding a vintage or classic fertilizer spreader. So I found this, and to be honest, it looks old. It probably isn't. Sorry, it probably isn't. I'm not too sure, but this is sort of like the closest thing I could get to a classic or vintage spreader. So I thought, well, we'll go with this for now, and at least we have something to work with. And then if something comes up, or if you guys know of anything that is available on ModHub or any other mod sites, obviously as long as it is a legitimate site, I'm quite willing to have a go with it. I think we'll go with black. Keep it nice and clean. Can we have a cover? Right, so that just covers the mechanics. It doesn't really matter, so we'll buy that. Okay, so is a 280 litre spreader. So we're going to need a couple of bags of fertilizer. So we'll go with 3, I think. We'll go with 3. Turn the engine off for a second because I've left it running. And we'll put these in there, like so. Now this is going to be a bit left. Right. So what I'm going to do, and let's see if we can do this. I'm going to perch it on the back of the tractor and see if it'll stay. I know this is kind of thingy, but there's no way of us getting it back otherwise. I'm hoping it'll stay on the tractor. Got it on his knee at the moment. Let's see if it works. Oh, it is doing, it's staying where we want it for now. There we go. Lovely. So as long as that bag stays where it is, we should be fine until we get back to the farm. It is moving around a little bit, but as long as it stays, it should be fine. As long as we don't hit any bumps that are a little bit too big on the road, we should be perfectly fine. So anyway, I will see you when we get back to the farm. So I'm not too sure how effective this spreader is going to be, because I have got crop destruction on as well. So once those crops start to grow, I have a feeling that we'll probably end up destroying quite a lot with how narrow the spreading is and with how narrow the setup is. So what we'll have to do is give it a small try, but we may end up for this year at least, just having to use one application of fertilizer on the crops. We'll see. I'm not too sure how that's going to work out for us, but we'll find out. So, like I said, we'll give it a try, but obviously I don't want to lose all the crops. It's not something that I really want to do. I don't want to be going traipsing all over them and killing them all. So, but anyway, let's get this spreader going. Let's see how good it is. Oh. It doesn't want to turn on for some reason. Oh, you've got to unfold it first. There we go. Beautiful. And the question is that actually fertilizing? Because I can't see anything happening. So let's have a look. Let's have a look. Oh, that field's already fully fertilized. Huh. That's weird. I'm saying that some of these fields are already double fertilized. Maybe they were like that when we bought them, because this one isn't. Strange. Right, so that's going to have to wait a little while, because it's not going to happen, considering it's already fully done. We didn't need to spend that money after all. More fool me for spending the money without looking. But never mind, at least we've got the fertilizer spreader and the fertilizer for when we do actually need it. So let's take this back into here. Put it at the back, we're not going to need it for a little while, we're not going to need it until the next field is complete. There we go. Leave that there. And I think we might as well get the next field done, considering I wasn't planning on doing it today, but I think that's what's going to be happening. We'll at least get it ploughed. So I'm going to leave that there because we don't need that. We're going to use the Ferguson because I think that's the better choice for using it on the plough, because it's made for it. Come on, go. Bit slow on the start of this Ferguson. Not the fastest tractor. Right, now the question is, I'm not too sure how we get into field 10. I don't know if it's you've got to go through 19 to get into 10, or if there is a separate entrance. We will have a look now. Oh, hold on. Yeah, I think we can go down here. And maybe another gate into 10. Yeah, there is. There is a gate just there. Okay. Let's get this open. Now I am going to leave that gate open, and I'm going to go around it, I think. It's a bit close. No, we'll close it. I just didn't want it running into the crop too much, but I think it's going to regardless, so never mind. Let's try and leave a bit of a headland. So if we start around here, give it a reasonable size headland. I know this is going to be the third video in a row now that we've been ploughing, but unfortunately that's farming, and that's just the way it goes. It is a very rinse and repeat job, and unfortunately with the way I've set this out and the way I planned it, it is going to be a lot of rinse and repeat, unfortunately. Just the way it's going to go for the time being. Once the actual farm picks up, it should be a lot better. Oh, I'm going to hit that tree, aren't I? Should be a lot better once once the farm starts to pick up and we get over some of the challenges. Let's try it there. See if we can get past. Yeah, I can. Nope, I can't. This isn't working the way I planned it. Pull over a bit more. Just that branch there might be worth cutting that tree out eventually, once we can afford to. There we go. It might be worth cutting that tree down and getting rid of it once we can afford to do it. Lovely. It's only a small field, it's nothing too big, nothing too major. Like I said, we're going to leave field 40 as a grass field for the time being, I think, because I would like to make some silage, so that when we eventually do get the cows, we have something to give them. Oh, left that a bit steep there. Left it a bit steep, but it's fine. There we go. Okay, so, anyway, I am going to crack on with this. See you in a few moments.
Can you see me shaking? Hear the sound of my heart breaking. Bless the soul that's aching, hoping I survive. The feeling lingers on every day of every month, wishing I just could forget about you. The weight upon my bones makes it harder to move on. Oh baby, don't think that I'll ever forgive myself for losing you, or for losing you. Left our love up on those dusty shelves. Can't forgive myself for losing you. Not that we were cruel enough to do it. Now I feel so stupid. Don't you feel?
Righty ho, that is field 10 done. All field all ploughed up. Looks okay if you ask me. So what we're going to do now is go and put this plough back in the shed. Quite a few sheds around here. There's quite a lot of storage. Not a bad sized farm, to be fair. Okay. Right. Got that down there. Attach it, and that'll do. Okay. So, the next job is to get that I'm losing my words today. That field seeded, but I want to do it with soybeans. So obviously today it's not the right day. It's too early to be planting soybeans. So what we are going to do, I am going to leave the video there for today. And next time we will get that field seeded, and then we'll have a look at some contracts. Obviously we need to progress into the next day. It's getting a bit late on now, and obviously time into the video and so on. So what we'll do is next time we'll get that field seeded with soybeans, and then after that we'll look at the contracts and see where we can go from there. We've basically got all the equipment that we need now. Obviously we've got the plough, we've got the fertilizer spreader, combine, the seeder, and a trailer. The only thing we're missing is a cultivator, which I have found one, I have downloaded it, so hopefully it will be okay for us. So we'll have a look at that maybe next time as well, especially if there is some contracts for cultivator work, but we'll have a look at that. So anyway, that's it for today guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell, and we'll see you again soon, and bye for now.